John and Christy are feeling much better and are out and about. I'm sorry for the noise in the background. It's the heater. It's first thing in the morning and it is warming up the barn. So here's what we've been up to.
I have never been one for advocating keeping a junk pile, but I have found that living remotely, a good junk pile is essential. From John's junk pile, he has extracted wood that was once used in a fish processing plant and also as concrete forms, and now he is repurposing the wood for shelving in his workshop. Now that John is feeling better, he and Lee, while continuing to mask, have been working on adding more shelving to the upper walls. 2 of La Brisa's old halyards are starting a new life in Alaska on the wall here in the barn. But not to worry, we still have spares aboard. Out in the strait, the wind can quickly get up a sea, making trips into town on small boats dangerous. When the weather is like this, even the planes don't fly. So even if John felt well enough to take the boat into town, frequent back and forth trips are impractical. Another reason for having a junk pile. Some of these treasures have been reclaimed from the Kodiak dump, like the fish nets, which now serve to keep the deer out of the garden. And you never know what you might scavenge from the junk pile for a repair that has to be accomplished right now. When I realized we would need a dog crate in order to take the ferry into Kodiak to catch our flight, I panicked. Not thinking ahead, I had left Blondie's crate at Marty's house in Kodiak, and with the predicted unsettled weather, there is no way to retrieve it. Not to worry, John and Christy produced a dog crate from the junk pile that had been used by their long-deceased beloved Cheyenne. John and Christy are always on the lookout for timbers washed up on beaches that they can tow home with the skiff. Some timbers make good firewood, and cedar timbers are especially prized for their fragrant wood and rot-resistant characteristics. This timber was treated with creosote.
We found it over at Long Beach. Beach coming there, and it just happened to be there, so that's what we dragged home that day.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, and it's exactly what we needed to do the next section on the ramp.
And this fir log
I was wanting to have milled up and use it for trim.
from a washed-up cedar log, John cut, split, and hammered in slats along the top to shore up this wall that is settling due to age. Christy says this summer has been a bad summer, with plenty of cold and rain, and her garden has not produced as well as in the past. We thought we would maybe bring some warm weather with us, but that has not been the case. The clouds and rain have continued, and the days we do have sun are much appreciated. Our days here in the barn have fallen into a pattern of sorts. Usually, at some point in the day, we take the switchback trail down to the stream, then along the stream to the beach to find whatever interesting thing the tide has washed up. One morning, I found the tracks of a bear that had walked south along the beach. Blondie, who is not a barker, has, on a couple of occasions, gone ballistic, barking and scenting a larger animal. This puts us on alert given the fact that we are smoking fish. But so far, no bear visits during the night. Blondie continues her quest as a bull hunter extraordinaire and is packing more muscle than I have ever seen on her. She also retains her cast iron street dog stomach. Thank goodness for that, because she eats all kinds of trash. When we first arrived, there were pink salmon traveling up the stream to spawn. They are gone now, hopefully having successfully spawned without having their eggs washed away by the stronger water flow after the heavy rain. Every day I enjoy the wealth of scenic beauty that surrounds us, and there always seems to be something new to observe. We have seen noticeable changes during our stay as the days become shorter and vegetation on the mountainsides begin to take on autumn bronze. Our time here is getting short. Tomorrow, Christy will have passed her 10th day of the CDC recommended isolation period. For John, it has been more like 15 days. They will use a rapid antigen test to determine whether they carry enough of a viral load to be contagious. We've got our fingers crossed they are negative, so we can finally spend some time with them. So, until then,